So good day to everyone. Today we'll be having a initial impressions video about Coolermaster MM712. So compared to other brands, the box is a bit small. So what's in the box? Grip tapes, which is almost the same, or if not the same grip tapes that they put with the MM731. It's a bit slippery. Then USB Type-C cable for charging, adapter, and the dongle. Then user manual. Just note that the dongle when you buy the mouse is located here in the dongle drawer. So that's what's in the box. I'd like to commend Coolermaster for improving the overall build quality of the mouse compared to previous releases like the MM731, MM711, which had QC issues. So there's no flexing or creaking, no rattling. Solid mouse. Only the bottom part have holes, which I saw in Technique's video. So the bottom part is honeycomb, which is covered by a sticker label. Power button is here, 2.4 gigahertz, and Bluetooth switch. Also has a DPI button and dongle drawer, a pair button for Bluetooth. What I don't like about the MM712 is the design of the buttons of M1 and M2. You can see this part right here. If you place your fingers right here and then you press the right button, sometimes your fingers get caught in the middle of this one. So they should have made it straight, just like any other mouse. This one, straight. There you go. So this design flaw is, for me, needs an improvement or a fix. So hope they can change it on their next batches. A great fix here is putting on some grip tapes. So next is coating. So in my opinion, the coating is identical to the Eraser Pro series that released this year, like the Dove 3 Pro and the Viper V2 Pro. It feels like a textured PBT keycap. So not as grippy as the Super Light or the XM1, but is decently usable in sweaty sessions. What I observed for using it for a few days, that it gets grippier the longer you are using the mouse. So grip tapes are included, but for me, the grip tapes are slippery. Just use this as a template for third-party skins like BTL, lizard skin, or pre-cut. Just buy a pre-cut grips from Corpads if it's available. Lastly, for coating is it does not show fingerprints or oils. Next is weight. So this weighs around 59. So they eliminated the honeycomb design on the top, made it wireless, and still was able to keep the weight down to less than 60 grams with a 500 mAh battery. So great job from Coolermaster. Although the shape is absolutely the same from the MM710 and MM711, they completely changed the material they use right here. It does not feel cheap anymore, and the build quality is, for me, they really up their game on this mouse. So next is mouse feet. So they use pure PTFE mouse feet, good amount of glide. For me, a touch on the speedier side compared to the core pads that we have here for the HTS Plus. Good thing about the feet design is that you can use third-party skates from MM710 and MM711. Extra feet would have been nice from Coolermaster. So next is battery life. Battery life is rated around 500 mAh, advertised at around 80 hours for 2.4 gigahertz and 160 plus for Bluetooth. So next is clicks and scroll. Coolermaster is using their own optical switches, rated around 70 million clicks for the main buttons. For me, it's a bit mushy. Minimal tactile feel when clicking. But for me, it's a bit easier to click and spam because it's a bit light. Not as satisfying to click compared to the Lamzu or the Razer Gen 3 switches, but definitely better than the original, the OG Razer optical switches from the version 1 Viper Ultimate. So minimal amount of pre-travel, is like clickable and spammable, and has some post-travel. Mouse 1 and 2 feels identical on the click feel. Has almost no pre-travel and some post-travel. So there's no side play on the triggers. And then just want to note that it's a bit harder to press on the bottom parts of the trigger. There you go. So great design for the side buttons. It's more protruding. So if you use grip tapes, you don't need to put some on the side buttons. You can still easily access the buttons. So scroll wheel is one rubber piece. For me, it's silent to use with minimal tactile bumps and is stiff to press. So next is sound test. Sensor use here is the 3370. So no complaints and no praises here either. Just a reliable and proven sensor. So what I noticed here is the sensor placement is a bit high. So if you're used to having your sensor at middle or at the back part, then you would feel as though your sensitivity is a bit higher than usual, especially on wrist movements. You can lower your sensitivity to compensate for the front placed sensor, but for me, I advise that you keep it the same and just let your muscle memory do its work. Give it time and you will surely get used to. So MM712 has 2.4 gigahertz wireless and also Bluetooth. So this is the Coolermaster software, which is called Master Plus. So just click MM712. Then it has sleep mode, low power mode for the wireless connection. Next is buttons. So you can remap your buttons depending on your use case and preference. Next tab is performance. So mount sensitivity at default is 400, 800, 1216, 32, 8000, and 19K. Then next is left and right button response time. So just keep this one at 1 ms for best performance. MM712 also has surface tuning. So just kept this one at default. Next is polling rate up to 1000 for best performance. Also has an option for angle snapping and lift off distance. You can change this to low and high. Next tab is lighting. MM712 has a RGB logo. So you can change here static, breathing, color cycle, and then LED speed. So next is macros, depending on your game or your use case. The last tab is the profiles. Height is 37.5. Grip width is 57.2. 62 mm. 59.8. 114 mm. 15 mm. So shape talks. Would like to state first that mouse shape is subjective. So do take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. I am just trying to share my experience and opinion. All the comparisons that we're going to make today can be accessed to Hello Shapes. So shout out to Hello Shapes. Hello Shapes website. Then next one is artings.com. You can type 3D mouse comparison tool. So first is I would like to say that the shape of the MM712 is just the same as the MM710 and MM711 but wireless. MM712 hump is placed towards the back, like the XM1s, S2, X2, and ZA13. So a good comparison here is the X2 Mini from Pulsar. You can see that the MM712 has a higher profile compared to the X2 Mini and also has curved sides compared to the X2 which has flatter sides. We can also compare this one to the S2 from Zowie, almost the same height profile, but the MM712 is shorter. See a side by side. So this is the comparison of the MM712 to ZA13, which is a bit more aggressive towards the back. So that's it for our comparisons of the shape of the MM712. Conclusion, another budget wireless banger for its price of $70 has a great shape, reliable 3370 and a good battery life. For me, this is a good recommendation for wireless on a budget. So a great time for us consumers because there are a lot of options out in the market today. So for me, MM712 is a great option for clog grip users because of the hump profile towards the back, but is short enough to have proper micro adjustments if needed. You can place your fingers here and then micro adjust with ease compared to a bigger mouse. For me, the biggest issue is on the sides. As mentioned at the start of the video, hope they improve this one on their next batches. But overall, I'm impressed with Coolermaster on this release. I know it's a bit late, but with the proper improvements that they've done over their previous releases, for me, better release it late with proper QC than release a rush product. So that's it for our video today regarding the Coolermaster MM712. Thank you for your continued support. Hope you like and subscribe if you like our content. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon on our next videos.